What? Oh, hi. Sorry. I don't know what just happened there. How's everyone doing? Hi Dee, hi Josh. How you guys going? Ah, my audio is so loud in my ears. Let's turn that down a bit. There we go. The guy has returned. Hello. Ah, I'm feeling so eyes tired but energy up today. I'm not sure what that means. And I long have the plague. Congratulations. I'm glad that you lived. Congratulations on surviving death incarnate. Ah, you lived. You're free. You're plagueless. That is so poggers. Man, I've had such a sleepy day today. But my housemate took me to get McDonald's and we went to a faraway McDonald's instead of the close one. And I didn't really care about the getting McDonald's, but I got to leave the house and drive in a little car. And it was really nice. There's something about leaving the house in a car that is different. Leaving house and driving, yeah. It's like, okay, well, if I were to go out on my own and go into like the Melbourne CBD or something, I would have to catch public transport, and that means that I'm being perceived by people. But if I just get in my little car, I'm just vibing, but I'm getting all of the enrichment of leaving the house. Mackie D's indeed. Road trip vibes, for real. I like driving, but I don't have a car right now because I have no need of a car right now. I'm paying for like registration and insurance and all of that. There's no point. But I miss having a car, I miss driving. Oh well. Reminds me I need to book for a driving lesson. No worries, good luck with your driving lesson. It took me forever to get my license because I was so scared. I was anxious. I didn't like driving at first, but I lived in the countryside, so I had to learn to drive because it was the only way to go places. Cutting goes vroom vroom. I like to zoom. I like driving down big long country roads, makes me happy. But yeah, anyway, Ace Attorney, baby. I think we're going straight into the trial on this one. We did the investigations portion. The lessons are crazy expensive, yeah. It's bonkers, and you need so many of them. Parents' car feels so nice to drive. Yeah, driving my mom's car instead of my own is. Oh my god, we see godot. We see godot! Happy, happy, happy. Excited. Very excited. I like him so much. Dog wants to come in? Hi. Are you gonna hang out with me? You're gonna be like kinda quiet, okay? No barking. Thanks. I appreciate it. Anyway, let me take your collar off so that when you shake it doesn't make its little jangly noise. There we go. Oh yeah, does that smell good? Does that smell like you? Is that your smell? But yes, Ace Attorney. 3-3, so it's the cafe case. I'm sure we've got some kinds of evidence somewhere. I guess let's just jump right into it. Speaking of dogs, one of mine got blinded on one eye a while ago. Oh, I hope... Okay, he's okay, that's good. I hope he is living a happy, half-blind life. Gaming. Here we are. Give him an eye patch and dress him up like a horror Majima. Ah, Majima. Theo Cherry, just a surprise. He will be a pirate dog? Aww. Cute. Cute. Okay, let's find out where we are. January 7, 9:48 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's honor. Maggie. Ah, Detective Gumshoe.
Are you doing alright? How are you feeling?
As if you need to ask either question, sir.
Don't let him get you down, Maggie. And don't forget to eat well, okay?
Roger.
And you.
Yes.
You better square this case away. Got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear?
Phoenix remembered this random guy's look and made that his look for 7 years. Which random guy?
You screw up, then I'll be doing some swearing away myself.
Or the victim. Let me look at him. Yeah, fully. 100%. Yeah, absolutely. I forgot. I forgot. I must have knocked something on my chair somewhere because it's not leaning back anymore. What? My posture? What did I do? Where's my what? Huh? What the Sorry, I'm having a stroke over here. What the hell? And my chair too, it's forgotten how to record. What? What button does? Oh, I found it. There's a lever. Didn't know that was there. Oh my god, and now it's slightly too high because I fiddled with the other lever. I'm banging it into my desk. Lower it so the arms fit. Okay! Where are we? Gumshoe!
Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest.
I think he's serious. Hey, detective! You're on our side for once, right?
Yep.
You'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Enjoy your dinner, Dee. Bye! Really? Can you, sir?
Of course. I've got the situation under control. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. Something I say doesn't mesh with the facts, make sure you point it out, alright?
Sure.
Okay. We're forming a united front today, pal. You get me?
I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh?
I can only wish.
January 7, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4.
I'm sure I wrote something. Say mess with the facts. You're a police officer. You should know the facts.
You expect Gumshoe to be competent? Our Dick Gumshoe? I don't know, Josh. I think you're asking a little much.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Bitter.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
What's wrong? Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "He's talking to me?" It was a little, well, intimidating.
No, that wasn't me. That was the phony Phoenix.
Oh, I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he?
Our trusty... what?
So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please.
Mr. Try whether you're a fake or the real deal. We will find out soon enough through this trial today. But I can already tell you I'm the real Phoenix Wright. I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That would be a no, Godot. Hope this helps. That's what I intend to find out. There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another.
As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial, nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial.
I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said. Trust me.
Now then, Mr. Godot, please summon your first witness.
He looks so sad. But the funny little badge he shows everyone, of course he studied law. Yeah, just don't look too close. You'll see that it's clearly made from cardboard. Hi Nautilus! How you doing? You've still got popcorn? Is that still good to eat after a day? I guess popcorn doesn't really, like, expire. Yeah, you probably won't get poisoned, right? Right? Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation.
Witness, state your name for the court.
Huh?
Ah, sorry, sir. My name's Police Department Detective. Occupation, Dick Gumshoe.
Yep. Got it in one, boy. Other way around, detective.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday. Sir. Since yesterday? Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigation's tied up with another case now.
Rip Gumshoe's really got everything under control. For everyone's sake.
I see. So, Detective Gumshoe.
I reduced it down to half the amount post yesterday. My perception has been ruined by popcorn. Just measure days in an amount of popcorn eaten. It'll be all good.
Would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case? Yes, sir.
Gumshoe has nothing. Hope this helps.
The victim's name was Glenn Elk. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Inc., a local company. And this is the victim's autopsy report. The court accepts this into evidence.
Glenn's autopsy report added to the court record. Died of potassium cyanide poisoning. Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m.
Here are the floor plans of the restaurant. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. The poisoned coffee was brought over to him by the waitress. The waitress being the accused.
Yeah.
The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. Gene Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Cooter. Still seems to be a very straightforward case to me.
Copy and floor plans added to the court record. Blueprints of the crime scene. X equals the victim's seat.
Come, detective. Take up this hammer. And nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands.
Geez, godot.
Now then, Detective Gumshoe. Let's have your testimony. Yes, sir.
The incident.
When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table. Sir. And we understand that the guy, Glenn Elk, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. And, it looks like Miss Bird might have, well, had some kind of motive. Using the dark, aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady. The facts of this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but... Yes? Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood?
I already told you that wasn't me. The incident. Alright, what have we got? Victim was alone at his table, which we are fairly sure isn't true. I guess we'll just stop that, actually. Can I stop you for just a minute?
Huh? What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence?
Oh, he is so desperate for that to be true, he's practically crying. Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table.
Yeah, that's what she said. And One killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction.
Hey!
Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, it's true. My 2 testimonies tie up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table.
What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Am I gonna get in trouble for intimidation? This isn't intimidation, right? I'm nice. Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed him. Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. Huh. That argument is as weak as the coffee at Trebient, right? I get he's a programmer, but why does he have a Dragon Ball Z scouter? You know, just for holographic purposes. It's actually just a piece of cellophane that he cut out. I have here in my possession a ticket. A ticket? Looks more like a photo to me. Yes, a one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population, the defendant. Not your best line, godot. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef, moments after the poisoning took place. Correct? I think the court will agree that with such a clear view of the scene of the crime. How, Mr. Try, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table? Well...
Certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly.
I'm photo added to the court record. A photo of the scene taken from near the kitchen.
I understand that the guy, Glenelg, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup.
Okay. So, traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else.
Not sure if I get you, pal.
Oh my god! Sorry. My dog is knocking over furniture. Come on, Ponyo. Do you remember when I asked if you could please be quiet tonight? Do you remember that? But hey, try not to bark too much. That also included knocking things over. There you go. Safe to get back on your bed now. Sorry about that one. Oh, baby, did that scare you? Was that scary? Okay. Deranged. Deranged! Okay. Was the poison a liquid or was it a powder?
If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance.
So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper. Did you put salt and pepper in your coffee? Try it. I blame Godot, he's the only coffee nut I can think of. Get him.
And the victim took his coffee black with no sugar. It seems that the poison could only have been in the coffee.
What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Yeah, get him. Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, according to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it?
Oh, hey! You're right! That's what I was thinking!
In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there.
Huh? For me? Oh, hey! You're right!
You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence.
That piece? Sir?
Yes, that piece. What piece was it again?
This.
Ah! Would I be grateful this coffee's only hot enough to give me first-degree burns? Oh, Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix.
Ah, now I remember. This is the victim's coffee cup.
Yeah, the victim's cup. Take a good look at the rim. Yeah, there you go, Josh. That's the image. Thanks a lot, Day. Yeah. Canon Sprite, baby. He's real. It's the same guy.
Oh yes, it's unmistakable. There is clearly a coffee stain on it.
Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in this cup. The victim gulped down the bit of death that the waitress brought to him. Like this.
Ah! I'm glad you like it.
For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victims and the defendants.
Coffee cup added to the court record. The coffee contained potassium cyanide, covered in the victim and Maggie's fingerprints.
Upon further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance. And what we found was potassium cyanide.
That stuff really packs a punch. Okay. They did give us this. I can't examine anything, can I? Okay, yeah, no. Wrong video game. Potassium cyanide. And then the motive was the ticket. Do we want to bring that up in court? I guess we need to find the truth. Some kind of a motive?
Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion.
You know what my golden rule is, detective? Chuck out a bad cup of coffee. You can always get another.
Huh? I don't get it.
I'm saying we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out. To stick to the facts, detective. Now then, what was Miss Bird's motive? Come on, Gumshoe.
They said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket.
I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday, too.
It disappeared from the scene of the crime.
And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000.
Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one.
Then, is it possible Maggie stole the winning one?
What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Yes. Wait a minute. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client.
Huh. I have here in my hand the very ticket in question.
That's the $500,000 lottery ticket.
One of the female
police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant.
What? Fuck.
Order!
She's quite a lucky bada, little waitress.
You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court, immediately.
I'd better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering. Victim's lottery ticket added to the court record. A winning ticket for $500,000, found during a body search of Maggie.
This ticket was presented to the court in a previous trial too. It feels heavier now somehow. $500,000, you say?
It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor.
And that's on Maggie's person, unfortunately.
That's enough. Facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime.
I like an old man who knows the score.
There is also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, for that sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend the rules.
I don't mind an old man who is weak to the siren call of money.
Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast. Yeah, that's because the court has ruled guilty once already.
I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance. With one final decisive piece of evidence.
He's got more evidence against Maggie?
This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time.
Oh, that's not the cleanest apron I've seen. That stain looks like it can't be blood, can it?
Huh. It seems the star of our play was a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on herself.
But coffee?
That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course. The coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more.
Something else, I presume you mean.
Of course. I'm referring to the pocket. The pocket? The search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer was in her apron pocket. A bottle of poison. In Maggie's pocket?
Yeah, Maggie's prints were the only ones on it.
What?
Order. The court will accept these items into evidence.
Apron added to the court record. Worn by Maggie at the time of the incident. Has a small pocket, but big stains. Potassium cyanide added to the court record. A deadly powdery poison. Bears Maggie's fingerprints, found in her apron pocket.
There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the blood stain to the court?
Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be?
Good play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over the apron.
That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a bloodstain. You don't need to be told. Just look at it. Well, detective, could this stain really be blood?
No way, sir. That's just ketchup. Sir.
Ketchup?
Must have gotten some on her apron while taking some on their breakfast that day. You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe.
Pull a stunt like that again and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness.
I thought everyone knew what it was already. I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case. The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence. They have all been clearly established.
Well, Trey, it seems you really are a phony after all. Ugh, you really know how to drive a man nuts.
Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there.
The investigation.
Crime was reported at 2:25 by a kind of scary old man, sir.
Allie! Thank you for the head pats. Hi! Kiss, kiss.
Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock.
Must have been real tough for her.
Love you.
The victim didn't have any identification on him.
But we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly.
You should go do your assignment. Shoot. Thank you. Mwah. Yes, I will drink some water. I'm sitting good and straight. Everybody on shrimp. Okay.
Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good.
Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Trey. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one. So, let the fun begin.
The investigation. Okay. Kind of scary old man. Maggie passed out. Victim didn't have any identification. Forgot who he was. On the lottery. So who was he, precisely? Wait a sec.
Oh, did I say something dumb again?
Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes?
Yeah, basically.
In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly?
That.
He's so let down, he's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy eye thing going on.
There was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with the lottery ticket.
It seems Mr. Glenelg visited his doctor before he went to Trebian.
We got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds. That's a reliable enough source for the court.
What should I do? Should I leave this alone or ask to hear more? Ask about his health and spirit. I'd like to know what his prescription was. What sort of medicine was in the bag?
Well, actually the bag we found was empty.
Huh?
Yeah, completely empty.
It was completely empty? Victim's prescription bag added to the court record. The victim got this from the doctor before going to Trebian. The bag is empty.
Huh. You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence? Desperate are you, Trey? Now, what happened with the investigation after that, detective?
Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene.
If I don't find a hole in this testimony, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. I forgot that I had to press on things. Completely forgot that I was doing a testimony, actually. It's like, I'm just reading the lines. Gumshoe isn't giving us anything to work with. And we can't find any contradictions if he doesn't give us something.
Yeah, that's true.
But Maggie and Gumshoe were like dumb and dumber. Our only hope is that they were so dumb they missed something obvious. Come on, Gumshoe, be the dumbest you've ever been. Okay. Do we have times for anything else? I feel like the bag is really important. I don't have any ID on him, but he had the bag. How did he? Oh, I don't know what their prescription laws are. I get it out through the bag, and the lottery ticket and the poison. And then there was nothing else missing from the crime scene. Okay.
How long was the defendant unconscious for?
The officers got to the crime scene at around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at that time. It took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. I would have liked to have been on the scene myself.
Hi, Alex. How you doing?
I bet you would have liked to have carried out the search, too.
I would love to see Maggie asleep like that. Pretty and peaceful.
You're a professional detective, Gumshoe, not a professional birdwatcher.
Cheers, Pug.
Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All we need to know about is the investigation.
Whoops! I guess I'm pretty red right now, aren't I?
Am I the only victim? Figure out who he was, etc, 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 etc. And he was searched for the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. What else missing from the crime scene? What have I got? Oh, well that's something missing, isn't it?
Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There is just one small contradiction in your testimony.
Oh, wow! Finally! I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will you?
You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later?
No, they didn't.
Well, I am good posture, and okay, yes, I will hydrate. Thank you, Will. Oh my god, and Stretch, you are giving me a full care package. That's so poggers. Ah, thank you. I hope you're having a poggers day.
The victim was given a prescription right before going to Trebien. Where, then, did the medicine disappear to?
You are too cool, pal.
Taking care of friends? Ooh. I wish I could sit the same backward posture. My back is hurting. Sit up straight. You can do it.
Indeed. Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence?
I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh? Trying to... Proud of you.
The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself.
Order! Order! Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that?
Ha. That's all. What? Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will.
What's the clinic's name got to do with anything?
New Ear Otolaryngological Clinic. Otolaryngological?
That's canon, I think. I don't think Fina can pronounce that first try either.
Just what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot?
Hardly an illness, Your Honor.
That's the one! Otolaryngological.
More like a bit of war wound, you could say.
A war wound?
The day before the incident, Mr. Oak found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum.
He ruptured his eardrum?
What on earth was the prescription he was given?
It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested.
What?
As mentioned in the autopsy report, if you read the fine print, they found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear.
Wait, you guys are getting fine print? Where's my fine print?
Bro, I would read so much more autopsy report if you would just give it to me.
Yes. I believe ingested is specifically for mouth. I believe otherwise it's inserted? If it's going in, I think it's still topical if the entry is not the mouth. I think. I was thinking in ear. Yeah, me too, of course. Yeah, we're both talking about ears. I think it is ingested just for mouth.
Yes. Here it is, in very, very fine print.
It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Trebien. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication.
It seems that this medication is irrelevant to the case after all.
No. Nick. If you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over.
She's right.
Oh, digestive tract. Oh my god, root words. That is so poggers. I can't get away with any old weak objection. What should I do? I think the medication is important. It's also the only thing we have.
Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. Elk correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Trebien. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime?
But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal.
That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth. You know as well as I do that medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems likely that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide. It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served would contain it either. But it did. The possibility is undeniable.
That's enough. Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godot?
I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder.
Victor Cooter, the pigeon hater?
Very well.
What? Oh my god, hi! How you doing, Licky? Ingestion is the consumption of a substance by an organism. In animals, it normally is accomplished by taking in a substance through the mouth, into the gastrointestinal tract, such as through eating or drinking. Interesting. I feel like that makes sense. Yeah, you had it right. So you can't ingest it through your ear, unless you are a creature which eats through its ear. If your ear is connected to your digestive tract, you can ingest it through your ear. I think that normally in there is just an allowance for animals that do not ingest through the mouth. Like, I don't know, like a squid, maybe. How do they eat? They've got beaks, I guess that's a mouth. But, you know, fucked up little creatures. Just got back from garden walk? I hope that was cool. Love plants.
Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me.
Killing weeds? Well, I'm sure all the other plants will be much happier now. They do have beach with classifiers as a mouth, so yeah, they ingest. There's gonna be some creatures which just, like, absorb, right? Like, does a jellyfish have a mouth? It's not really a mouth, right? It's just nonsense. Jellyfish are just nonsense. Yay, good job, Nick!
The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness.
I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups.
I really wish you'd choose your phrasing better.
Court is adjourned for recess.
Am I wrong? January 7, 11:03 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Oh, that was close.
Tell me about it.
I was gonna say the same thing about him finishing us off. Yeah. Last time we had his line about men are like bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow, the better they grow. Like, what? 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 He just says things.
Tell me about it. I nearly died in there.
That's my line, sir. No, it's my line. I think I really did die a little bit. Like, we all nearly died in there.
Sukumi, please.
I feel like it's Suakani's influence, but you never know. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that? Huh? He said he'd help me. But he totally set me up.
I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right?
It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. Thank you, Josh. I've had them my whole life. Janet Sue would be more responsible for that. But it really hurt this time. It felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again.
Poor Gumshoe.
So the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right?
Yeah, Mr. Cooter, lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds.
He was responsible for localization. Right. I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know? Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Are you gonna be able to handle him, Nick?
Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me. Even those never-ending bird seeds.
January 7, 11:15 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bard. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please.
Prosecution calls the lucky old timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee.
Hi, Sim! How you doing?
Will the witness please take the stand? Name and occupation, if you don't mind.
What was my voice for him? There's so many deep-voiced men in this trial. Stop it. Have there be less. Didn't realize streamer started. Oh well. You honestly haven't missed much. It's been a slow... Yeah, this asshole! It's been a slow trial. Gumshoe was on the stand. He didn't really say much. You like my Francisca? Thank you so much! I had a lot of fun drawing her. Tomorrow night we're gonna be working on Miles and Phoenix, which will be fun. I think I saw your comment. I got like halfway through replying to Instagram comments and then I had to do something else and then I forgot to come back to it. But I read them and was like, oh my god. Woo woo woo. I'm glad you guys like it. She's so cool. I haven't drawn her enough. I've only drawn her like once before. So hopefully we can draw her more. Think I replied? Okay, awesome. Alright, this asshole. God, I hate his nose. Viscerally uncomfortable. My name is Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times too. We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation. Sam. Poor thing. A red mole. Yeah, and also his cheeks right now. My occupation? Ha! Listen, youngin'. How much coal do you think there is for kimono embroidery here? Kimono embroidery? That's what I do, or did, back in Japan. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed. I still need to play investigations with Racing to Beat Trilogy so that I can start investigations. That's next on the list. I don't know anything about them, I'm going in blind. Except for the characters, you know. You can't like Ace Attorney and not see K come up occasionally. Wow, real craftsmen. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe he could embroider my costume sometime. Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. Why, it's take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile. That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen.
Well then, witness. Were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident?
Oh yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of javachino.
Seeds?
What do you think these are,
I see.
Seeds are everything that happened, Gramps.
Did I? Oh yes. Oh yes I did, I saw it all. Hopefully Capcom localizes Investigations 2 and puts that in the first one in a new collection. I think that would be so good. I'd love to see like remastered Switch releases for them. I know I'd drop a bunch of money on that.
Then please, tell the court where all is.
Sure. I'll tell you every last detail.
He's really getting into this.
What I witnessed. What have you got for us, sir? Young man was reading the sports paper. Serving girl brought him a Javachino. She put something in it. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. The report ages ago that Capcom renewed the copyright for Apollo Justice. Yes, I did. Very deeply interesting. Ace Attorney 7? Ace Attorney 7? Please? That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. Yuck.
Gross old man.
Mr. Kudo, she is not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress.
You're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with old-fashioned ones,
Ooh, newfangled?
Well, let's talk of radios and glasses. It's wireless and spectacles, I tell you.
Excuse me?
Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away.
Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what have we got here? Reading the sports paper. Which by Phoenix still uses a Nokia phone. That's the one, baby. What do you mean she put something in it? Did you see that? Mr. Kudo, that is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw?
Mr. Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I.
I see.
My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I only need spectacles for reading and driving.
I bet his eyes were only really fine when he's scoping out a waitress. With Phoenix's lifestyle, he truly needs something unbreakable.
I saw what the serving girl put in the cappuccino as well.
I bet I know what's coming up and something tells me I'm not going to like it. Your Honor, we need more clarification on what was put into the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask that the witness add what he knows about this to his testimony.
I agree. Witness, will you enlighten us, please?
Sure. There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there. Okay. So now I think he's maybe just outright lying. You have a Nokia? Like an old Nokia, or do they... Oh, they make smartphones now. Is it good? I would like to stop using, Apple phones. Have for a long time? Pog. You said, I remember her well in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features that you can identify her by? One of the more ethical phone providers? Yeah, that's the dream. Now I'm waiting on Capcom to announce Thing from 2 franchises because I recently got into one of their oldest ones. What's the other one that you're into?
Particular features. It's a disgrace, that's what it is.
Sorry?
You can see all the way up to her, you know.
Gross. Yuck.
She's practically naked in that uniform.
Gross. Yuck. The particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit. But anyone could wear just such a uniform. Even me.
Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further mental anguish from that image.
Don't get all excited, Nick. You've got to keep yourself together. I think my dad actually has an old Nokia somewhere in our house. Pog. Particularly a new Mega Man X game. Oh, that's so cool. I'm not too familiar with the Mega Man series, but I've watched a couple of video essays on it that make it seem really cool. I would also like to see Phoenix in the costume. I wish Miles were here to react to that one. I guess I got a bit carried away.
Ha! Are other things I recognize about her too?
He seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not.
Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these are the features that you recognize about the defendant. I would ask you to add them to your testimony.
Sure.
There was a ribbon in her hair, and her apron straps were loose.
What does Maggie look like? She's got a ribbon in her hair. It's not surprising that her straps would be a bit loose. Stream title. Well, you know. The food's not good, but the title's not inaccurate. You do seem to remember several details about her appearance, but what about the most crucial detail of all? Her face?
Ha! Well, if I wouldn't remember that!
The witness noticed the straps on the accused's apron. He is unlikely to make a mistake about her face.
That's right. I can even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red.
So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness as I say it.
There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back.
So what?
Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all?
He's got you there, Gramps. People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone, but this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons.
What? This is harassment! I'll tell you I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Okay, sure, buddy.
Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony.
Sure.
Old man's testimony is getting longer and longer.
And if I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll get even longer, I bet. Okay. There wasn't anything about her that caught my interest when I saw her from the front.
Not the stains? Not the quote-unquote blood stain?
Get his ass.
Mr. Cooter, I would like you to please take a look at this.
Ha! That filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like just after he's done eating.
Have you ever seen this before?
Of course I haven't. You think I'd forget something as dirty as that,
Well, you half-witted clot.
What? What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clot, there's been an eerie silence in here.
Mr. Cooter, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning.
Ah!
And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means if you had really seen this apron before, yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Oops.
Witness, you can't just oops your way out of this.
Well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Listen, Trey. Here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant.
That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird.
Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching.
I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing.
Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps.
You can rely on me, Captain. My notebook's in perfect working order. Can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what burger a customer wanted.
You can't remember? Probably more like you messed up so many times he's blocking it out.
Very well. Let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim.
Okay, what have we got? Why do I occasionally have the urge to yeet Godot's coffee all over his face? Wouldn't it be so satisfying to walk up to him and just, like, smack the bottom of his mug so it all flies into him? Daydreaming. About the victim.
He was another of those pesky young types, wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Then the serving girl in question brought over the Javicino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail. Oh yes, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything.
How are we going to handle this, Nick?
We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot.
Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel?
I suppose, but it's what I do best.
Okay. Pesky young types, broken shore, newspaper in his right hand. Yeah, that all tracks. He had the newspaper in his right hand. I have a feeling that the... Yeah! If he has the newspaper in his right hand and he picks up the cup, then the mark would need to be on the other side. Newspaper's in his right hand, and he picks it up with his free hand and takes a sip. But we know that that's not. Okay, cool. I don't know if I should present on this one or the other one. Now I'm nervous. Maybe I should press instead? I don't want to press, I want to present. I'm gonna present on the last one. Just going back and forth. Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory? I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory, I told you. Nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Care to tell us where this is going, Trey?
According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left. Ha! What is this? Kindergarten? But I would like the court to please take a look at this.
Well, that's the cup the victim used, correct?
Yes, and on the rim you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips.
Yes, there is a stain left by the coffee.
Well, if you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand. But ow! Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. Dear, welcome back. Not too much. Still in the same trial portion. You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song. Ah! Oh my god, Spy Family! Pog. I haven't seen the latest one yet. I need to watch that.
Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park where he can't—
Wait! If you think I'm gonna stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw. It's this bastard. Woo.
You still insist on your testimony?
His testimony was bad. Hope this helps. That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh yes, no question. I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. It's that dead young hotbot in you, you spiky-head yahoo who are at fault. It's not me, it's the clouds that are wrong. Who, me?
Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already.
Don't call me old man. Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I've got to say!
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but—
Sure, why not hear a little more?
Mr. Godot.
But this is my 16th cup of coffee. But this is your final stand.
68 years old isn't that old. I wish that he was 1 year older, personally. Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor. Wow, look at those teeth. Oh boy. 69. Left hand or right hand? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. Kept fiddling with it all the time. Was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup too. And he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand.
We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye.
It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers.
But not real, right? No programmer has ever used one of these, right? Oh my god, he's a gamer? Oh my god, a gamer gaming at Très Bien, the queer brunch spot?
A monitor? You mean like a television screen?
The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called a HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work.
HDT, CBD, CD. All these newfangled letters drive me mad, but they don't matter. I know what I saw and I'm telling the truth.
It's true. He doesn't seem to be lying.
And those are the facts in good old black and white. Left hand or right hand? They have whatever the fuck that is, but they still use flip phones. Yeah. This game came out before the time it was set in, and we are now past the time that it was set in, which means that it has not aged super well in terms of technology. Welcome to Ace Attorney 2019. You know, it's just like, the Great Ace Attorney takes place in our world's version of the late 1800s, right? Yeah, like 1890, 90 something, 1901, etc. Just saying numbers. And then some kind of like weird time schism happens, and the continents all fuck up, and there's some kind of huge political drama, and we get Japanifornia, and this alternate timeline technology. Okay. Wearing the earpiece on the same side. If I look at him. Okay, he's definitely wearing that on his left. Well, if he picked it up with his left hand, then did he drink from it multiple times? Or... Yeah, I think 1890s to 1900s is right. I always forget if it's 1891 or 1901, but it's roughly. Fiddling with it all the time. Fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup, too. He used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. Well... Would be pro scanner? Yeah, sure. Why? I'm feeling so sleepy and off my game. Let me look over, what have we gotten recently? Description bag. Do we have his earpiece? Oh, you're right, the coming of the 20th century. Aww. Oh, you know what? No, wait. Why was he wearing an earpiece at all? Weren't his ears bad? Ah, head pads! Thank you, dear! Ooh, 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 ooh. Big brain juice, thank you. And hydrate? Yes, sir. Thank you. The earpiece you mentioned. Which hand did the victim touch it with?
You're one of those people, aren't you? You're the type that uses your left hand to get things out of your right pocket. Or fastens your left cuff with your right hand. And when the tour guide says on your right side, you'll see the famous blah blah, you're the only one who deliberately looks left. Well, aren't you? No, I didn't mean... Obviously he used the hand on the same side of his body that the earpiece was in. Ow, 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 ow! Sorry, if he had the HMD on his left side, then it was his left hand, I guess. Left-handed discrimination. The same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. Okay. I feel like it is something about the eardrum. The ear... I wish we had history! It's left-handedness. Oh! Oh, his left eardrum. Okay, cool. So we do have more info on that. His left eardrum was ruptured, which means that he wouldn't have had it in his left ear. I can present that then. I think Nick is right-handed. But only because I think he's so average. I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but... Mr. Cooter, there is something very strange about your observations of the victim. What? You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD. No question. You can look me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. What did you say?
You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Crudo, but the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured.
Eh?
Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right, it's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear, because he couldn't even hear in that ear.
Is that true, Captain?
It is.
Pigeon! Pretty pigeon!
Broom?
Order.
He was definitely left-handed though. He wears his gloves on his left hand, same with Apollo with his bracelet. Hell yeah, Pog. Absolutely. This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claimed the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot.
A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk.
Captain! You calling me a drip? An unreliable witness in my Ace Attorney? At least this guy just seems stupid instead of outright lying. That's an improvement over most witnesses.
This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand.
I'll never back down. I know I'm right. The lad drank his Javachino with his left hand.
Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took a sip of the cup held in his right hand and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw. Impossible. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee.
Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. Elg drank the poisoned coffee like this.
Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. Ugh.
I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court, but to be frank, his testimony is a farce.
Did you have to be so frank?
Sometimes Phoenix is so smart, I care him.
Take that, you pompous old fogey! I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, you can't reach me from there.
He's like throwing bird seeds up, but they're just falling back down on himself.
I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned.
Who? You!
Wait! We stop now, where does that leave me?
Leave you, Mr. Kudo.
Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there, I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now. How is your bad memory my fault?
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do.
I've kept my mouth shut until now. There's something else the court should know.
What? There's more?
To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. And I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark.
Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun.
Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? Final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook.
Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee.
What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Javachino you want if you come to my house after the trial. You may be 68 years old, but Victor Kruder was still a man.
You age out of being a man? I would also like to know if that number is accurate. I don't feel like it is. It could have been last time, but I feel like we have not been going long enough for 17 cups. But he has been drinking them quite rapidly, to be fair.
That's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony.
You bet. Much, much quicker.
I can't believe this is happening.
You better get ready, youngster. It is burning his throat. He has no sensation there. I get the picture. Just quit throwing those seeds at me, would you? He's got to be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. Phoenix is a gamer? Phoenix is a gamer? Final showdown. First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself. Young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his cappuccino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down,
Is that all?
If males ever had a weapon, is it too, like, on the nose to be like, oh my god, it would be like a rose. Just like thorned roses.
Is that all?
Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. Oh my god, his jabber. He just smothers you in it. You're doubting me again? You're doubting a poor defenseless old man?
No, we are not doubting you, Mr. Kudo.
Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah, so what, probably. That's all I can think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy. You're a bird brain, that's why that's all you can think of.
Very well, Mr. Wright, your final cross-examination, please.
What did we get? Maybe nothing. Lumped. I feel like we would have seen a smashed vase. Like, as if it's just on its side. Do we have a photo of the courtroom? The courtroom? The crime scene, rather. That's the blueprints. Here we are. Well, that feels pretty conclusive. Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene.
So what?
Look carefully at the table. The vase is there. Intact. Lost your tongue, Granddad? I'm your granddad of yours, hopscotch! Ow, 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 ow!
Enough! If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night.
Ah!
What is it now?
I just remembered something. Yes? Go on. Broken vase. It was on my table. What? Well, you see, it started me when that young lad collapsed. I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean. I like watching chat go, please, leave the fucking courtroom. Please.
The vase on your table.
Yes, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked. Yeah, it's annoyed me too. This feels like such a waste of time.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today.
I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all?
Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo.
Wait a minute! If that's the case, there's more! I've got more to say! Oh yes, I remember something else!
Aleph, escort the witness out of the courtroom.
Wait, listen to me! Oh, he's gone? He's gone? He's gone? We're free? Yes! Yes!
Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked, and I am still not in a position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are 2 disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far.
A mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand,
and the earpiece which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear.
Oh, Nick, you did it!
I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts.
It means that we don't have to talk to him anymore right now.
Yes, Your Honor.
There's one more thing before I call today's session to an end.
One more thing, Your Honor.
The witness we just heard from, he is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly into this statement.
Okay.
You may each have a copy of it if you wish.
Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need props like that.
Otto's really mad, huh?
Yeah, I would be too.
Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies, my own, yours, and Mr. Godot's.
Yes, Your Honor.
Victor's testimony added to the court record. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. I feel like it's important that there's 3. I'm sorry? This isn't a piece of testimony, more like a 5-year-old's apology. What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies?
That is all. This court is adjourned.
To be continued. We made it through the trial! Part 1. We did it. Okay, looks like we're up to investigations next. But honestly, I'm kind of crashing. I know this has been a really short stream, but I am feeling so sleepy. I don't feel like I can do the voices justice, and also I'm trying to like work out the pieces of testimony and failing. My little brain is not keeping up. I am indeed sleepy. I slept really poorly last night. Thank you for the hydrate. I made myself a big pot of tea yesterday afternoon, and I have a little like tea warmer at my desk. And so I was drinking it, and I was not thinking about the amount of caffeine in the tea. And then I drank it all, and then I couldn't sleep last night. Misery. But yeah, actually I think this works out well though, because Dad, you guys remember Dad who joined us for the first case of this game? He is normally free on Tuesdays, so if we finish this trial on Saturday, then maybe I can send him a message and see if he wants to join us for the 4th trial on the following Tuesday, because that one's pretty short, so we should be able to get through that in one go. What? Oh my god, thank you so much for the raid! Hi! Welcome. Let me take us to the chatting stream real quick. Welcome raiders, hi! I'm Cotton. I like to draw idiots, mostly from Ace Attorney, and play Ace Attorney. Right now we are playing Ace Attorney. Welcome raiders. What were you guys working on? Oh my god, thank you so much for following Tori Nissan. Hi! We were just talking about wrapping up actually. The timing is terrible, but it is lovely to have you joining us. I will pass this all on to someone else if I can. Hi! But yeah, as I was saying, if we finish it up on Saturday, I don't know if he'll be free. I don't know if he'll be able to join us. That's so no guarantee. But we could have a doubles. Oh my god, you like the style? Thank you so much! Just ended this part of Trial and Tribulations too? Awesome! Is this your first playthrough, or have you played it before? Oh, and let me add a shout out. Sorry, I'm off my game right now. And my like overlay is breaking. Please, OBS. There we go. First playthrough. How are you finding it? Please, I want to know all of your thoughts. Yeah. Second playthrough for me. I'm having a lot of fun. They are so gay, right? Like, what the hell? Holy shit. They really just wrote them like that, didn't they? You need to learn some Streamlab commands so I can help you out. I can show you the list after if you want. But yeah, good content. I care them. There's something about the way that they interact with each other, like just holy shit, what the hell? The unnecessary feelings. It's unreal. It's unreal. And then the Ace Attorney too, your hatred for me is so one-sided. Like what? You're just gonna say that and expect me to not lose my whole mind? Have yet to play this game? I really recommend it. I think it's pretty fun like watching people play it, but nothing is quite like playing it for yourself, you know? Yes! Oh my god, have you played the prequel games, The Greatest Attorney? I really, really recommend them. My homie who has played it told me everything gets gayer. How does it get gayer? I don't know! You'll have to play more and find out. Also, oh my god, I'm looking at your channel right now. Your VTuber is so cute. So cute, what the hell? Trying to play in order. Are you doing investigations next then? Oh my god, your rigging is so good. I've been trying to learn Live 2D and set up my own, but it's really hard. Yours looks really cool. Yeah, DGS is really good. I love the original trilogy so much, but nothing quite compares to DGS in my opinion. I was not expecting to enjoy it more. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I was just saying, normally we stream for like 3 to 5 hours, but I was just saying I'm feeling really sleepy tonight, so wrapping up. Live 2D is hell. Did you do your own rigging, or did you have a rigger? Thank you so much for following. Welcome. Got a rigger? I'm thinking about it. I was like, well, I'll learn to do it myself because it will take a long time, but I don't have money. So rigging is understandably expensive, but I can cut costs if I just do it myself. But that means that I have to do it myself, which is hard. You're learning rigging, Tori? That's so cool. Aww. Okay. Wow. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you for bringing your community over here. I am going to take us over to visit Sindri, who I think is drawing right now. I have stages of grief. People try to learn it and end up outsourcing. Yeah. I would absolutely pay you. But yeah, you know, if you wanted to train on my model, I've got my like art files put together. I don't know if they're exactly what's needed because I'm, you know, working it out myself, but I would be happy to send you some money and send my files some way your way if you wanted to practice with them. But okay, let me pass this on to Cindy. All right. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Sorry to immediately be like, okay, end of gameplay, we're going somewhere else, but I'm crashing hard. I think I need to go directly to bed. Hopefully I can catch some of your streams sometime. I stream Ace Attorney on Tuesdays and Saturdays, streaming art tomorrow. And for now, good night everyone. Bye!